Welcome in and welcome back. Over the last week, we were trying to lose some weight so we could fit into a certain top so that we could wear it on our kayaking trip. Now the kayaking trip has come and gone. It is 2 days later, and I am here to tell you all about it. I was trying to take some video leading up to the trip and on the trip and everything. Unfortunately, I didn't get much footage, and there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that in just a second. So we got up, we got ready, we had no coffee, so I was good calorie-wise, but that was mainly because we were going to have breakfast with our friends after they picked us up. So our friends came around 8 o'clock in the morning. We left and we went to Perkins for breakfast. We got to Perkins. I had a waffle platter, which comes with one Belgian waffle, egg, and 2 pieces of bacon. Calorie-wise, I think I did pretty good. I don't remember how many calories were in the waffle, but I only ate half the waffle. And then I had half of a scrambled egg, and then I did eat the 2 pieces of bacon. And I had no coffee. I had water. So the day started off pretty good. It took us an hour to get to the location. We drove all the way out to Pennsylvania. We got there, we rented the kayaks, and we hopped in the van, and the van drove us down the road to a drop-off locations. Now, we've been taking this kayak trip for a couple of years. I don't remember exactly what year we started doing it. The last few years, I'm pretty sure whatever kayak rental we used, we just got the kayaks, they drug them down to the river that it was on, and then we just got to the kayaks and left. This year, and I remember I'm pretty sure the first year, we did have to get in a van and then travel down to a certain area, and then they would drop us off. So in the first year, I told this joke. It is a joke that my grandma told me, and a joke that she cannot get through without laughing hysterically like a hyena. She just absolutely loves this joke, and she thinks it's the funniest joke on the planet that she's ever heard in her 70 years of life. So while in the van the first year, we were trying to make small talk conversation. It wasn't awkward, but a little bit because there was a driver driving us. So we're all in the van with this one random guy. And I think jokingly our one friend turned around and asked if there was a joke that anybody had to tell. And surprisingly, I had a joke that I could tell. And now you are so lucky to have clicked on this video because I'm going to tell you the joke right now. So a string walks into a bar. He walks up to the bartender and asks for a drink. The bartender says, you gotta go, buddy. We don't serve your kind here. I know, I hate the beginning of this joke, but it's worth it in the end, so just hear me out. So the string gets upset, and the string leaves. He walks to a park and he sits down on a park bench, and he's very, very sad about this interaction. And a woman walks up to Mr. String and says, "What's wrong? Why are you so upset?" The string says, "The bar won't serve me." So the woman says, "That's all right, I'll help you." So the woman helps him. Mr. String walks back to the bar, walks up to the bartender and says, "I'd like to order a drink, please." And the bartender says, "Weren't you the string that was just in here?" And the string says, "No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not." Get it? Stupidest joke. Anyways, I told that joke again because he had asked, didn't somebody tell a joke last time? And this time, there were other people in the van. So the first time it was just us in the van, and then this time that we just went, there was a family in the van, the 2 parents and then a child. And they were sitting in front of us, and then it was our friends, and then us and me and Zach on the way back. I was yeah, we did tell a joke the first time. It was me, and I told the joke again. Anyways, we're in the van. People in front of us get dropped off. We continue down the road. We start going through this neighborhood. The whole time we're going down the road, you can see the river that we're about to kayak down. And then we ended up going through some neighborhood, and the river disappeared, and I couldn't see it anymore. And I was oh my God, this man is going to us because he didn't like my string joke. We're not getting on the river. But we did. He went down some little side thing through the woods, and the river was back again. So we did end up getting into the river. So finally, we're in the kayaks. These kayaks were very wobbly. Like I said, we've done this before, and I just don't remember the kayaks being so unstable. They were pretty sturdy, I feel the first few times that we've done this, but they just felt really wobbly this time. I don't know why or for what. And the first time we did this, mind you, our friend had fallen out of the kayak, as soon as he was trying to get in. But we're in the kayaks, we're in the river. Here are a few little video clips that I've taken of being in the river. Hello. Hello. So I did get a few videos, I did get a few pictures of me and Zach. And everything was going very well. It was a very good start to the trip. But then, tragedy struck. Tragedy struck. And this is the reason why I didn't take my phone out again to record any more footage, because I was terrified and I didn't want, you know what? Here's what happened. We're all floating in our kayaks. Zach paddled over to me, and I don't remember what we were talking about, but he came over, so we're like side by side in the kayaks, like the kayaks are touching. And he's looking at me and I'm talking to him, and right before that, he was talking to his friend. So he said something to his friend and then paddled over to me. He looked away from his friend for 2 seconds, and I was looking down at something, I don't even remember anymore, but like we were like not looking at him. 2 seconds, and all of a sudden there's this splash. Lo and behold, the same guy who flipped this kayak the first time has flipped it again and fallen out, and he's in the river. And we're like, what the hell just happened? Like, how did you even manage to do that? I am a sucker for people falling. Somebody falls and I cannot help but laugh. They're like my favorite videos on the internet are just people falling. This man falls out of the kayak and I'm like cackling. It was so funny because I was just like, what the hell even just happened? We looked away for like 2 seconds and this man is in the water. Kayaks flipped over upside down. He like went under the water. So he gets up out of the water. He turns the kayak over, and then I immediately felt so bad for laughing because he dropped his phone in the water. And I'm like, oh. So we all paddle to the nearest shore. We get out. I'm wearing like these long pants, almost like a sweatpant, but not. They were like a more breathable oh my God. They were a more breathable fabric, but everybody else is in like shorts. Zach, friend's girlfriend, go out to the river and they start helping him like try to search for his phone at the bottom. I just stood up on the shore because I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go out there and get like my pants when they got like 3 people are out there searching for this phone. Do they need a 4th kicking mud and rocks around? No, I'll stay up here and I'll make sure the kayaks don't drift away. So I'm standing up there and everybody's out there in the water searching for this iPhone. The girlfriend comes back and she's like, I can use my phone and I can use like the find your phone feature. So she comes back, I had her phone in my purse and I carry the phones in a Ziploc baggie. She comes, I give her phone. There's no service out there. He's wearing the Apple Watch thingy and it says it can't find the phone. Nobody has any service. So that was not good. Apple should like fix that. Why do you need service to find the phone? If the phone is lost and you have no service, you're shit out of luck. She goes back out to the middle of the river to try to find the phone. And it's like decently deep. Like it's not like real deep they could like walk, but it was probably like up to like their chest area. You can see the bottom from like the shore. Like the water's a little like brown and murky from like mud and stuff. But the further you went out and the deeper it got, you can't see the bottom of this river. So I was like, oh, they're not finding that phone. But they looked for probably like a good like maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes. I was really hoping they would find it though. But he wasn't mad at all. His girlfriend was like feeling really bad about it. But he, you know, brushed it off. It's whatever. I'd have been freaking out. It really would have ruined the whole trip for me. And I don't know what he was feeling internally, but on the outside, he, you know, was a good sport about it. So the vibes were still high. Everybody was still having a good time. After that, I didn't take my phone out again. I was like, I'll be damned if I'm losing my Samsung in the river because I don't have a Find My Phone. Or maybe there is one that I don't know about, but I'm not losing my Samsung Android in the river. What am I gonna do in the event that my phone falls into the river? My income right now is watering plants for a lady at the country club. She is not paying me get a new phone money. So my phone was in the Ziploc baggie in my purse, secured in the back of the kayak. I was not looking to take my phone out again. So I didn't, so I don't have any more footage of the trip. But that's okay. Not everything needs to be filmed. You know, it's nice to be able to film things, mainly because a lot of these videos I like to make just for like looking back purposes. I think it'll be fun one day to be old and look back at my YouTube channel and see all the fun things that I've done and talked about and see myself young because I will be old one day. But it's good to just live in the moment too. So it was nice to just be able to be in the moment, be with our friends, be out in nature, out on the river. So after that, we just continued floating. We did 10 miles and I didn't realize that we had done 10 miles. Zach did all of this. He like signed us up for whatever. But like once I figured out, he told me that he did a 10-mile kayaking trip. I was like, oh, oh no, we are not. I told him multiple times too after coming home. I was like, you cannot do that again. Because by the end of it, we were tired. At least me and the guy's girlfriend. I mean, we're friends. I don't want to mention anybody's name here, but you know, let's call her. Make up a name. Why is Kathy coming to mind? Her name is nowhere near Kathy. I'm gonna call her Kathy. Me and Kathy, we were exhausted. I don't know how his friend was feeling by the end. Zach was having a hell of a time. I mean, he was just having the time of his life. My ass was sore. The seat was uncomfortable, which it didn't feel like that at first, but by like the end of like a 10-mile kayaking trip, I was like, I need out of this kayak. My arms were sore from like paddling and stuff and got the... I was just thinking, but I've had enough. Zach does heavy lifting. He like bends wire. He does all this stuff all day. So like he's like pretty strong. He's got muscle. And for some reason, since the beginning of time, he's had these like buns of steel. He's like born with them. So like he was completely fine. Me and Kathy though, we had enough. I think a 4-mile would have been just fine. Our arms are tired, our wrists are sore, and our asses are barking like dogs, dude. It was time to get out of the kayak. So we're paddling it even faster and harder to try to get to the end of this thing and like get out, because then it was getting hot. I had put sunblock on like 2-3 times now. I'm burning up. I am so stupid. I sunblocked my arms and up before we left. Then on the kayaks, I sunblocked again. I actually didn't even know till Zach told me that you're supposed to reapply sunblock like multiple times throughout the day, like every so often. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a one and done thing. So I sunblocked again, but it wasn't until like halfway through I realized my ankles have been showing this whole time, and I didn't even think to sunblock my ankles. So my ankles have been just roasting out in the sun. I didn't think till halfway after the phone thing, because I had like stepped into the river a little bit, probably up to about like my knees. I was like pushing Zach's like kayak out because he got stuck. So I had like pushed his out. Then I had like my pants rolled up to about my knees. And I was like, oh, well now I'm going to sunblock my legs. Because I didn't need to before because I was wearing pants, long pants. So I was like, I'm going to sunblock my legs and give them some sun because they're looking a little pasty and ghostly anyways. Tell me, are you the ghost of jealousy? Because I had waited so long to sunblock my ankles. Oh my god, by the time we came home, they were burnt. They were burnt to, they hurt. I couldn't wear socks. They hurt in bed, anything rubbing them. I couldn't even walk. I had to let Dexter out to use the bathroom after we got home. And I put my Crocs on. Big mistake. Rubber rubbing against my sunburn on my ankles. I have some pictures here I'm going to show. And you thought you were going to see my toes. I don't show those for free. No free toes on this channel. So anyways, we're pushing through. We're struggling through the pain, the soreness of our arms and shoulders and wrists. And we're just trying to get to the end of this thing because now me and Kathy, we're tired. We're done. We're hot. She didn't even use sunblock. She said she wanted a tan. And I didn't want to say anything, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, girl, you can tan with sunblock on. This just protects you from like burning and like skin damage. Like put the sunblock on. But I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to be like, oh, wear the sunblock. So I just let her, she's an adult. She makes her own decisions. But I'm pretty sure she was burnt by the end. We finally got to the end. Zach was pissing me off, dude. He kept saying, it's just around this bend. It's just around this bend. Just to get around the bend. Nothing. Still got... God, I don't even know how many miles. There's no mile markers. I don't know how big a mile is. It was not the end, though. He's like, well, I was right, technically. It is around the bend. Somewhere. I don't know where. I said, if you don't quit saying that, you're going to get out of your kayak next. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to flip you over, dude. Anyways, we got to the end. Everybody had fun. It was just, a little sore and tired by the end. 10 miles is not built for people who don't regularly kayak. If you kayak once a year, do not do a 10-mile trip unless you're Zachary. You got buns of steel, arms of steel, you lifting things every day, and that probably wouldn't affect you very much. But if you're just a comfortable person who lives a very mostly sedentary, whatever, you don't do too much heavy lifting. You get around, you move, but you don't go out lifting. Don't do a 10-mile. it's probably not for you because it wasn't for us. But we still had a lot of fun. It was just nice to be out there, be in nature. It was very relaxing. We do love to do it. We do love to go. I had a spider on my kayak. First off, I was seeing these like spider webs. And I was like, where are these coming from? I saw one float. I saw a web floating down the river. I was like, what the hell? It was like a string. I was like, what the hell is that? One of them I noticed was like coming down from the tree into the water. And I'm like, aren't spiders on land? Are there water spiders? I don't know. I live on land. I don't know a whole lot about what's living in the water, so what do I know? I seen another one, and there was another web, and it was just across the river above, and I was like, where are these connected to? And I didn't want to run into it myself and get a spider on me, so I put the paddle out, and I kind of like used it to like deflect the web from like touching me. So like it got caught on my paddle and whatever, and I'm like paddle, and I look behind me, there must have been a spider on this web, dude, and it's on the back of my kayak, and I'm trying to use my paddle to like, I'm like behind me, and I'm like using this paddle to like, and I'm like yelling, and I'm like, that's a fucking spider, dude, and I'm trying to like and I can't use the paddle to like scoop him off, and I'm trying like super hard to get him off, and I just couldn't, so I was panicking. So then at the last minute, before he gets close to me, I thought to myself, oh, I need to, I started splashing water up on the back of the kayak. I'm like, I got rid of him, so it was all good. I don't want no spider on me. I don't care. Say what you will. Maybe you are someone who likes to take the spider out of your house and set it outside. I don't want them on me. I don't want them around me. I don't care if I'm outside in their world. Now you're on my kayak, so you gotta go, because now you're in my personal space. You stay on land, and I'll stay in the water. But when we were done, we had gotten out. I was stuck in the kayak for a minute. The guy, like, pulled me up. They had, like, employees that would meet you at the end and, like, pull your kayak. So, like, you didn't have to, like, worry about putting them back or anything. The employees would just take care of them. But he, like, pulled me up on the shore, so I was, like, kind of, like, leaning back. I was, like, on a slope, and I couldn't get my ass up out of the kayak, dude. I was like, oh, my God. So Zach was, like, stuck on a rock behind me. So he wasn't gonna like, I didn't have him to like help pull me out, and then I wasn't gonna ask like the guy, like, give me your hand. So I was like, I gotta get myself out of here. So like, it took me like 3 tries of like trying to like get myself up, but I did it eventually. So I got out of the kayak, we went up, we had some ice cream. They forgot our sodas somehow. We like ordered like 2 cones and then like some drinks. And all these people, like, we got our ice cream cones, and then all these people kept like getting their order. And I'm like, didn't you just order like a Dr. Pepper and a Pepsi? Like, what is this? So we started joking about them like making the syrups and the sodas and stuff back to, so Zach had to go up and like remind them. So it was all good though, you know, we got our sodas, we had our ice cream. Yeah, then we went home, but it was a very good time. Zach's friend had to go to a store after he dropped us off and get himself a brand new phone. And then Zach thought it would be really, really funny to text him, because I'm pretty sure he was going to keep like his old number if it was possible. So Zach texted him, so that way when he got the new phone, he would be able to see the text message. And Zach was sending him like gifts of fish and then like putting a bunch of fish emojis, like the fish were like texting him. Oh, and I almost forgot, on the way home, so we left this place and we're like maybe just a couple miles down the road. So we had service finally. Kathy gets on her phone. She uses the like Find My iPhone feature to like look this thing up, and we can see it, and it's still in the river. And it had like, I think it floated away from the spot they were like searching in, and I don't know, I can't. But it was just really, really funny to be in the car driving away and finally be able to see the location of this phone. So I think it was still working. But yeah, that was the trip. Me and Zach came home. We were so tired. It was pretty late in the day. I think it was like 6, almost 7 o'clock by the time we got back. We just ended up getting a pizza. I got a vegetable pizza. Pretty good. And that's when I realized how burnt my ankles were, so I've been rubbing aloe on them. Now, real quick, I'm going to talk about a change that's coming to the channel. As you know, last week we started this weight loss series, and I do plan on continuing this weight loss series because I do want to genuinely lose weight in general. The only thing that's changing is instead of doing it every day, I'm going to do it at the end of the week. So I'm going to film my whole week and what I've been up to, my workouts, when I'm eating, my calorie tracking and all that. But instead, I'm just going to take every day and compile it all into one video, and I'll probably post it on Fridays and probably take the weekend off because Zach's home on the weekend. I like to spend time with him. So, and I'll see him very much during the week. So yes, on every Friday, I think I'm going to strive to post my weight loss journey, and that'll be like a week, and then we'll just go from like, so last week was week 1, so then the end of this week I'll have week 2, and then week 3, and then week 4, and we're gonna do it that way instead of days. Look out for that. Those videos will be added to the weight loss journey playlist that I have. If you're interested in that, make sure you go check that out. I can leave a link down in the description. You can just head over to my channel and you can just go to the playlist tabs and you will find all the playlists that I have available. So yeah, that's the only change. That's the only difference thing that I'm doing. So no more weight loss every day. Weight loss at the end of the week of past days. Yes. So that's basically it for this video. I think that's really all I had to say and talk about. I just wanted to share the trip with you because I really didn't take any videos or anything like that. As much as I wanted to, I did want to film more of the trip, but I didn't. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't, just in case, because you never know. Maybe I had fallen into the river and I'd lost my phone. Then I would have no footage to share with you. As you can see, I am in my attire right now to go do some working out. So I'm going to get started on my weight loss week videos. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button down there, wherever it resides. If you want to see more videos like this or other videos, make sure to subscribe because I'm always up to something. I will see you in the next one. You take care, you be safe, you have a great day. Goodbye.